Well, hello again everyone, and welcome back to Kovac Enterprises. As you can see, we have been working on the 1929 Mercedes-Benz SSK, and of course with the first step we are building up the engine. And what I did in this case was to actually put all the parts together before I painted the engine, as you see in front of you right now. That way it was just a lot easier to glue the pieces in place. As far as you can see, that there's a lot of chrome parts being attached to the main engine block, which is plastic. So what we did was carefully scrape away the chrome parts that were going to be attached to the main engine, and by doing that I went ahead and used some old number 11 blades and just carefully scraped away the chrome where needed before applying the tester's cement glue to the actual main part of the engine. Once all the chrome parts were put together, as well as the two halves of the engine block, we went ahead and started choosing our paint colors for the engine. The main engine block I chose was the bring it here in view of the camera, is the Craftsmart metallic paint green. So we hand brushed on that, and then we went ahead for all the other little details of the engine itself. We chose the Craftsmart satin acrylic black paint for that, and just to do a little bit more fine detailing, we chose, of course, the Sharpie bronze metallic as well. So there's that. And basically this is the result we have for completing the initial first step of the engine. So we'll do a quick little 360 on it so you can see both sides, which brings to my attention one other thing that we put on the engine. As you can see here, I guess the stamps on the engine, which actually says Mercedes-Benz on one of them, and then SSK with the Mercedes-Benz symbol on the other. We actually used the Folk Art gunmetal gray, and just hand brushed on that to bring the details to light on that as well. So there you go, there's that. Alright, so the next step in the instructions is basically installing the engine itself to the frame. So with that being said, we'll be right back, and we'll get that done for you. So stand by. And we're back, and as you can see, we've installed the engine to the frame itself. It slid in really nice and easy. The front part that has the pin in front of the engine itself attached to the front support of the frame onto the little notch area there, and then of course the two rear ends actually fit into the notches that's provided in the frame itself. Here, take kind of a closer look so you can see that. Alright, and once that was accomplished, we went ahead and installed the floorboard. We put some gray primer on it first, and we went back and used some of the black satin from Craftsmart and brushed that on as well, and then we applied the actual gear assemblies, which is the lever, brake release, and the pedals to the floorboard. So that is done and completed, and we went ahead and installed the front axle assembly to the part of the frame. So that is now glued in place. Let me just turn this around a little bit so you can see both sides. And then we proceed on our last step, the front shocks, which has two pieces to put together. This piece here, that piece there, and then that was attached both on the driver and passenger side of the frame. So there you go. So that's where we are right now. This is actually steps 1 through 3 in the Lindbergh instruction sheets. So we'll be heading into next step would be basically applying the fenders to the front part of the car, and then we'll be doing some radiator work and stuff like that in the grills. But like I said, this is part 1, and until then we will continue with this series on the 29 Mercedes-Benz SSK, and I hope everybody has a good weekend, and we'll catch you on the next video. Until then, so long.